Yesterday, I made a video about how you can have this dashboard for your API calls, like when you are using AI models in your development. And as you might know, it can get really expensive to be making API calls to AI models, for example, OpenAI models, right? So I'm working on this dashboard and something that you can also have if you go to agentstower.com. But right now, what I want to show you is how much an API call can cost when you are using OpenAI, okay? Specifically, the GPT-4o model. So I'm going to reload this page just so you can see the cost, and that this is the current cost. And what we're going to do in this video is make several API calls, API executions, and we're going to see what is the text that I'm sending them, so you can have a reference of how much we are sending OpenAI and how much information we are receiving, because that's what's going to determine the costs for each execution, okay, as well as the model that we are using. So look, we're going to make a quick example in here. I'm working on localhost just so you can so we can see the message that we are going to be sending, right? Here it's going to appear everything that we send and as well as everything that we receive, right, in their message. Okay, so if I go here and I have here a message that we can send, it's going to be this one. And if I send it, this is another interface for connecting to AI models. This is specifically for getting marketing ideas, right? So we have some ideas. They can be good, bad, or cheesy. But the important thing right now is what we sent. This is what we sent, like this, and this. We're going to examine it in the moment, and this is what we received, right? As you can see, this starts with sure, here are some other ideas, sure, here are some other ideas, right? And we're going to reload this to see the cost, the total cost, okay? So as you can see in here, we sent 453 input tokens, okay? And we received 152 output tokens. That's what OpenAI sent us, okay, for this API execution or request. So this gives us a total tokens of 605. We just need to add these two tokens, these two type of tokens. And we also have the input tokens. The input cost is different from the output cost in a per token basis. That's why this is actually less than the output cost, because even though we send many more tokens than the ones that we received, right? But we have to send those tokens to give the AI model the context where we want him to work on, right? So the total cost for this API execution was less than 1 cent. So that was like 26% of 1 cent. So that's $0.00265 US. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it can be a lot if you are working with hundreds or thousands or more API executions per day, per hour. I don't know in what scale you're working on, right? So this can get really expensive really fast. So that's why we are working with this, so that you can keep costs under control for your API AI calls. So what did we send? So how did we arrive, or how did OpenAI arrive to having 453 input tokens and 152 output tokens? So this is what we sent. We sent this, we sent this, and we sent this. So where did this appear from? Where did we got this? Okay, so the instructions is what we are telling the AI model how it should behave, right? So what's the role they are playing on this execution, right? They are marketing professionals, you can read it. Then the user sent this message. If you remember, this is what we sent. And this is the context. This is how the AI model is being trained to base its examples, the examples that it's going to return us, to base them in this type of way to make the ideas, right? These are real examples from The Economist, from some campaigns that they have run, iconic campaigns, and it's being trained on this, right? So we are sending them these examples, and OpenAI is receiving them as an input token, right? And the output token is what OpenAI sent us back. That is this. As you can see, we send it a lot more information, than what OpenAI sent us. But that is a requirement, like that is necessary for the API, so that we can tell the API exactly how we want its response to be, right? So if in here, I'm going to try to modify the model. Let's see if this works. And this can change, right? Like the input cost can change. It can get cheaper or more expensive depending on how much computing power OpenAI is able to generate for this kind of calls and executions, right? So I'm going to change the model. Let's see if I can, if this works. So let's see if this works. OpenAI GPT 4.0 mini. So I'm going to restart the project, and let's make another call. So this can also affect the results that you get. Like some models are more powerful than others, some are faster than others, and that's basically what's going to determine the price, right? So if, let's see if this is working. It gave me an error. I'm going to try it. Okay, so we received the call, and I'm going to reload this to see if this changed, right? So now you can see that we sent the same input tokens because we sent the same text, right? But as you can see, the input cost was a lot less. Okay, so let's see how much less was this. Okay, so if we make a quick calculation in here, it was so it's 12347 divided by, hopefully I'm not getting this thing wrong and I'm doing the correct calculation, but it was a 93% less cost using this model than using this model. And also it was less cost in the output cost. So it was less the cost for this by using this model. But yes, we need to consider that it's going to have a different result because it's a different model. It was trained in a different way. It has different types of parameters, different number of parameters. So it's going to be you need to find the best model that works for you, right? For what you are developing or what you are using it for, right? So if you need any help with this, if you want to have this dashboard, you can see my previous video where we talk about how you can have it. It's an NPM package, or you can also send me a message. If you go here, you can just send me, if you go here, you can just leave me your email address and I'm going to be in touch, or you can request support in here, right? And I'm going to help you. So that's all for this video, and have fun developing. See you later.